And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have tonight, right here, London's premier poet. This guy is famous among poets. He's famous in London. In fact, he was in Las Vegas only last week. And tonight we have him here supporting AAC. Let's hear it for him. The amazing Anthony Fairweather. Some $100.
Thank you. I must admit, I had no idea I'd been in Las Vegas. I wish someone had told me. Because I passed me I completely. I have to confess, I'm completely and utterly playing for time here, because I only remembered I was doing this last night. And, well, I had a crisis of material. I sat myself down with a paper and pen and wondered what to write. Panicked in brain and going insane at 8 o'clock at night. Circular thinking, cerebrally shrinking, but inspiration none. 9 o'clock now and sweating of brow, my problems had truly begun. But I looked for a source and I found it, of course, but when I turned on my TV, I felt so poor and so mentally sore as soon as I chose Channel 3. There was a deck in his hand to celebrity rant and a chef who did turn the air blue, and talent who got it, but this just was not it. And then 10 o'clock came on cue, sad information and cheap speculation and evil sensationalised, and stories so low from the 6:30 show from which they'd all been reprised. Then a lady called Heather said whether the weather would be good fair weather or not, and then on came a show of a film, I don't know, punctuated by adverts of grot. Praying to sleep and praying to weep, I still needed something to write. And the film was a lore of horrible horror, so I wouldn't be sleeping that night. So through the small hours I saw ivory towers being shown on the Parliament Channel, with arrogant losers and arrogant schmoozers besuited and talking in flannel, which sad regression turned into depression that finally dragged me to sleep. But nightmares persisted, not to be resisted, as into the blackness they creep. So I woke in the morning, now feeling forlorn, seeing I'd failed in my task. Time was so short and I felt so caught, a poem was too much to ask. Except, I felt all right as I thought of the night, as I slowly rose up from my bed. I remembered it all with near perfect recall, so I wrote all that nonsense instead. Thank you. You've sort of probably worked out from that. TV today is not one of my favourite things, because, well, sort of, has anyone seen the news on TV today? I must admit I tried to, except I couldn't find it. I mean, well, no, sort of, it used to be simple. Back in the day, with Whitmore and Kendall and Stewart et al., they tell you politely, just once or twice nightly, from events at home to the Suez Canal. They tell about conflicts and escaping convicts and USSR space station rendezvous, and they tell us the way of the world that day. Good evening. Here is the news. There was much aggravation, but never sensation. Even on nuclear extermination, the problem was there for the whole world to bear, but they kept their nerve on the news of this nation. But problems inflated when there was created the rolling news channel that never has ceased, for though it is broadcasting 24/7, the factual part of the show has decreased. When there's the tsunami out in the Pacific, the breaking news banners say it's so horrific. But there's seconds of footage available then, which is repeated over and over again, so to fill in the time of broadcasting online to the watching masses of this nation, they cannot tell you so. What do they choose? Masses of cheap speculation. Nick Robinson must have an instant retort, saying what'll come in a government report. They will chew over each and every bit, but why can't they just wait till they publish it? There's some hired head who talks so pseudo-serious about some event so grotesque. They should be dressed up in a spiritualist shawl, have a crystal ball there on the desk. Early one morning on GMTV, what was the top story of the morning we greeted? It wasn't the Afghans and it wasn't Iraq. It was last night down on Coronation Street. There were masses of graphics of bankers, fanatics, Bin Laden, Mugabe, and cash in the attics, and ego presenters with fake repartee, much more written than any soap opera we see. They're leaving St. Barney and wearing Armani and flaunting their flash Jimmy Choos. But my daily question at breakfast digestion is good morning, but where is the news? Thank you.